This is a fascinating headline you would not have read 2 years ago. This may have even been unthinkable a year ago. Son of Mahmoud Abbas, the leader of the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank, is in Lebanon currently to discuss disarmament of the Palestinian camps within Lebanon. This is taking place as the Lebanese government is talking about permanently disarming Hezbollah, and Hezbollah is not taking too kindly to the calls for them to disarm. They're actually threatening a civil war. And this has been Lebanon's problem for a long time. When you have a militia within your borders that has more power than the state itself, yeah, why would they want to disarm? However, the Gulf states, which are now kind of the cultural hub of the Middle East, would like to see Hezbollah disarm because they want to see less chaos in the Middle East. And they understand that having these random rogue armed groups running around is not good for business over there. They have offered to give funds to Lebanon to help them rebuild if Hezbollah disarms. But they're going one step further and they want the Palestinian areas of Lebanon to disarm as well. The Lebanese civil war kind of began because the Palestinians were trying to operate a state within a state in Lebanon. Things don't go well in Lebanon when sectarian groups become armed and engage in conflicts with one another. What I think is such a big deal about this is the fact that the, so-called Palestinian establishment, Palestinian Authority establishment, Mahmoud Abbas's son, Yasser Abbas, he is trying to be on the side of the Gulf states rather than the side of the so-called resistance. Having the son of a Palestinian leader go to the Palestinian areas of Lebanon and encourage them to give up their arms is, it's showing basically that the PA is interested in moving beyond the status quo. And the PA has a lot of problems, okay? A lot of problems. But I think it's a really good sign that they're willing to be the solution to some of those problems rather than keeping the status quo going. This comes amid the Syrian government offering a path to citizenship for Palestinian refugees. That does not mean Palestinians in Gaza or the West Bank right now. It means Palestinians who have been living in Syria since 1948 or 67 or whenever they got there. Putting an end to permanent refugee status is such a big deal. This is one of the reasons I'm so bullish on the new Syrian regime, even though it obviously also has a multitude of problems. Because Jelani or al-Shara is probably getting the same advice that the UAE, Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia are giving to Lebanon, telling them, hey, permanently solve the Palestinian problem. Stop with the constant refugee stuff, and let's make money and promote stability. You can't do either of those things when there are militant groups running the show within these countries. So I just think this is an incredible step in the right direction if all things go well. But even if they don't, it's just showing that the PA is willing to play ball. And again, even though the PA is very imperfect, and I agree, it's easier to reform an existing system than it is to try and create an entirely new government. And it seems the PA is willing to take the steps it needs to reform itself when the UAE and Kuwait and Saudi Arabia dangle a bunch of money in front of them.